Probably because I couldn't.
There's a hole in my pocket where my money should go. There's a hole in my heart where you used to go. There's a hole and a hole and a hole. Big ol' hole.
When you decide to step up to this kind of power, this kind of challenge, this...
Nah.
Oh no. It's all going well.
Now it's working. And you say something?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I say
now it's
something.
working.
Oh, thank God.
The most professional
my cat wants to be a part of it.
on-time podcast. Which cat?
Buddy.
Oh. Yeah.
He's trying to meow into the mic.
I had a face full of Smokey today.
Oh, he's a good boy.
Is that the one that, oh my God.
The thick boy, the chunker.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord, he coming.
God, he coming.
What were we talking about? Jason's lack of joy?
Yeah, I
yeah.
think so.
I can make it even worse if you want.
No!
I've been
already
thinking about our
stabbed.
last conversation, and I came up with some things. So I think
gosh.
Ghost in the Shell is highly overrated.
Let's burn some bridges, everybody.
I fell asleep during the anime. That's how I feel about it.
It's beautiful.
Scarlett
It is slow. Oh, are you talking the movie?
No, the anime.
Yeah,
Scarlett
it's
Johansson in the movie, I feel it's okay because once the creator, he was okay with it. So I do feel it's interesting that they didn't switch her back at the end when everything came out. They just were like, okay, we'll just leave her. But yeah,
No, she's superior white now.
that's true. Attack on Titan, there's something about it that makes it so I will never watch it. There's something about it that I just it rubs me the wrong way.
What a reasonable, logical argument for why you won't watch a show.
I know.
There's something indefinable I dislike.
Exactly. And most modern cosplay,
That's
feel
like a girl and some other girl that she can't define, but she just doesn't like her.
Yeah. Most modern cosplay, I feel, is an excuse for women to wander around in public in their underwear. So
That's
I
true.
don't really have a. So yeah, that's some of the things I've been thinking about since our last podcast episode.
I don't think that's a stretch to say that cosplay is just sexualized, purposes for women to dress up in skimpy outfits and get attention. I don't think that's shocking.
While I
heard
like
Quinn was
Babylon
about it.
5, I would not recommend it to other people. I feel it's kind of an acquired taste like Destiny. It has the sci-fi, but too many fantasy elements in it.
These aren't hot takes. These are just takes.
This is just me pulling the joy out of things.
The only thing you said that might be considered somewhat controversial is the beloved Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell. Yeah.
But other than that, it's like cosplay's stupid. It's really dumb.
Well, the thing is that I have seen some really well done cosplay. There are some some
I don't
creators
care if
out
it's good. I just think it's stupid.
and that's fine. But see, my thing is that if cosplay was all about making just great costumes, I could get behind it. But because most of it right now, it seemed that that's the way it was at the start, was like making great costumes, and now it seems it's mostly just about women parading around in their underwear, especially when they gender swap a role. It's not about making the costume appropriate to a woman. It's always about making it a more sexualized female version of the male.
What, you don't like my assless chaps version of Batman?
Exactly.
It's authentic until you get to the assless part.
Until Batman turns around, it's like, oh god.
It's like, wow, that's a really accurate costume. Oh no.
I know it looks like an amazing costume, but then it's like a confusion tactic.
What, you think Batman peels that rubber outfit off every time he has to go to the bathroom? It's quick release. A speedy exit.
Good lord.
What, Ross?
Nothing. I'm just,
Chance stumbles in during his time of the month. What is up with you numpty twats in silver? The cosplay in my area mostly consists of obese women doing gross injustice to spandex. The cheek. That's right, the cheek. Cap Cruz is always on my side. However, we are here. Well, first of all, I have to recognize the holy month, the month of Chance's people.
Oh, yes. Congrats, Chance. This is your month.
Because Chance is of the mega gay. What?
You have AIDS.
And
Wasn't that established?
in the lore, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like how you just and you have AIDS.
Yeah. This is the Chance month. Chance time.
Chance's time of the month. It's Chance's
it's
month.
LGBTQC.
C month, yes. Stop, you silly. This is the most serious podcast you've ever heard on the internet, Chance. Let's see. Ross was stricken with a terrible disease this month. What disease was that, Silver?
Oh, yes. You were stricken with fragopanophobia.
oh god, good lord. Who else was stricken with it?
Silver was stricken with it.
Both of us.
Woo!
It's a very, very...
We're so old.
So, Ross, how does the great void look to you now?
Well, it approaches nearer, and I fear it, for I cannot fight it. I must only accept it, and I refuse to.
Fear is the mind killer.
Yeah, well, I am putting my hand in that stupid box. Gum Jabbar ass stupid thing.
Ross was born like a week or so ago.
I was. And here I am, one whole year old.
And then
Welcome
Silver
to the world,
stumbled
buddy.
into the world. And apparently we are stricken with terrible symptoms. Because
Oh, yes.
why don't you explain it to us, Silver?
Again. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up again because it was so funny to read when I initially found it. What was it, like, Phobia Fandom? I found it on?
Who makes these things?
Phobiapedia, phobia.fandom.com. Fragopanophobia is the fear of birthdays.
And the symptoms?
Hold on, I need to scroll through. Okay. Symptoms are sweating, trembling, hot flushes or chills, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, a choking sensation, rapid heartbeat, pain or tightness in the chest, sensation of butterflies in the stomach, nausea, headaches and dizziness, feeling faint, numbness or pins and needles, dry mouth, and a need to go to the toilet.
Except for that, except for the last one, it all sounds a lot like having a heart attack. So,
Ross,
Also hyperventilation
did you
and
poop on your
ringing in your-
birthday?
Dear God.
of
Dear
course
God,
he
I
did. He's a
did.
regular guy.
I'm a real regular
gosh.
sort of guy.
If you pooped on your birthday, consult a doctor.
Yeah.
I need to go. I need to go consult. It's bad.
I texted Silver on her birthday, and she sent me a meme. What was it? Call an ambulance.
Yeah, call an ambulance.
Not for me.
Trichopanophobia. Help.
I'm afraid. Oh, goodness. Well, I'd say I hope you die, but you're getting closer, so, you know.
Thank you.
Just at a snail's
Well,
pace.
Unless something
Closer.
happens, it's
Speed
inevitable.
it up.
If this was a race and we're trying to book it to the end, just dive in front of a car.
You got to be a child to win those races.
Yeah, children from the moment they're born are. Seems like they're always trying to die as soon as possible.
Win the human race.
Yeah.
You didn't know that the human race was involved when who gets out first?
Wonder which of us four here will win.
Sprints to
That
the finish
sounds
line.
super familiar. Like I've heard it in a song or something before.
I'm going to make it first. I'm going to be the winner. I mean, unless I take out Silver first, then she'll get ahead.
Oh gosh.
Well, I thought yours was like a murder-suicide pact.
Well, he's got to murder her first. Oh, wait. Oh.
Oh, well, wait a minute.
Oh, I got it. Stuff myself with the explosives. Go near her to Klingon.
Just right below, like, my window.
Oh,
Like,
I mean, you won't get a better deal at Walmart.
sure.
God.
Please, just as we go careening towards our death, play Freebird.
I'm going to be playing some Islamic call to prayer or something. ISIS pop or something. I don't know.
ISIS pop.
How about the Klingon
Oh,
version?
God.
It'll confuse everybody if the Islamic call to prayer is in Klingon.
If glory to you
I like that idea.
and your boss.
This podcast is stupid.
But fun.
How's it going, Jason?
Not doing too bad. Finally got my sprinkler system working and just now have to worry about my air conditioning and water heater and furnace.
Jason's house has been stricken with all of the problems.
It's that time.
Do houses have a time of the month?
Not that I've noticed, but it seems that a lot of stuff in it is coming to its golden years. Is that what I'm? Yeah, and it's on its way out.
Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you, Ross.
Down the road
That's exactly what I was
again.
thinking.
Huh. Weirdly enough, I always found several years in a row the day of Thanksgiving to be the time that most appliances stop working in our house. Not kidding. Seriously, it's like one year it was the oven, the next year it was the dishwasher. It just kept going.
You're a pal and a confidant.
What really annoys me about this is that the house that I grew up in, I was there for like 20 years, and the water heater was rock solid for 20 years. I've lived in this house for about 20 years, and this will be the second time I've replaced the water heater.
Yeah, water heaters are getting way worse, by the way.
Yeah.
You taking a lot of hot baths there, Jason?
I didn't think so. I thought I was just taking the regular amount.
Do you keep it under 5 hours?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Ah, darn it. That's where I lack.
She's like, I tip over
6
that
hours
hour
minimum.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Capruz, when one thing goes out, it takes everything else with it. I think you're right, because whenever I seem to have some big expense, it's like all the other ones show up at the same time. It's like, I have to pay for something, and then my car has a problem, and then there's something else that happens.
My car's in the shop, too.
See? Ross, say something.
Something. And some things and stuff. Anything you want me to say?
We lost our sweet angel.
Wait. R. Kelly died?
No, the other one. Before we get to that, are you doing any maintenance on the water heater? It needs to be flushed every 6 months to a year.
Yeah, we were. This water heater that we have is it was supposed to be a more efficient water heater, and it's just always had issues ever since we got it. It has this mechanical flue at the top, so when it's heating the water, it's supposed to open so that it can heat the water, and then it closes so it's supposed to keep the heat in better. But that, like, we had it for one day, and the flue got stuck open, so it wouldn't heat the water. And then we later found out that there was a problem with one of the in our house. It was broken, and so our water pressure was like sky high. It was higher than it should have been, and it was actually damaging some of our appliances. And the last guy came in and finally realized that the water pressure was way too high. He fixed it, but he's like, yeah, that probably is part of why your water heater is going bad right now. But it's always been a piece of crap. I regret ever purchasing it, and I will never buy another Ream.
As far as my new parody song from Big Mountain Fudge Cake, the famous band featuring John Redcorn.
Yep.
My parody is essentially slightly different, where there's a hole in my heart where Jonathan Joss used to go.
No.
We lost Jonathan Joss this last week in a weirdly horrific event where, in a disagreement with his neighbor shot him.
Right.
Oh.
Horrific.
Jonathan Joss, who was my favorite Native American, who was on Parks and Rec, as well as John Redcorn in King of the Hill. Who also sang children hygiene songs, Ross.
I want to wash myself. I want
clean
to
my wrists, scrub my brains out. Hey, hey.
Oh, bless you, John Redcorn.
They'll miss me when I do.
Good Lord.
Oh, it's a bummer. And we were bringing back King of the Hill. How do you replace John Redcorn?
You know, I was thinking about this. So many of the cast have died in that show. I mean, some just, most well before their time. I mean, John Redcorn, hasn't this the second guy that played him? I want to say the first guy that played him died in a car crash.
The Curse of John Redcorn.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
We lost Dale Gribble.
Yep, Dale Gribble's gone. Luann.
Luann is
Nope.
gone.
Second John Redcorn.
Yeah, John Redcorn was played by Jonathan Joss and Victor Aaron.
We lost Lucky.
Oh, that's right.
With his couple teeth there. I'm just bummed. I was a big fan of his. There were accusations that it was a hate crime or something related because he was married to a trans woman, a man who identifies as a woman.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I just haven't seen anything to back up the claim.
Apparently, Texas has decided that that's probably not true. Chance weighs in, the dude who voiced Dale was basically bathtub gumbo by the time they found his body. Oh, it's a lovely thought.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
That's so nice. Lovely.
This is why you have age, Chance. Silver knows. What did you do this week, Ross?
Not a lot, I'll be honest. Played some more Halo Infinite because I'm finally playing through that begrudgingly-ish, but not so begrudgingly.
And?
It's all right. The AI is dumber than dog shit, and the open world parts are entirely unnecessary. But the shooty kill aliens bit is pretty good. Pretty
yeah,
good.
I mean, I had fun for what it was. I mean, I didn't think it was the best Halo by any means.
No. But listen, it's better than Halo 4, and I realize that's a low bar to anyone with rational thought and a functioning frontal cortex. But yeah, it is at least better.
Bathtub gumbo, that's crazy. I'm going to use that as an insult. Well, here's the problem. Chance has a very colorful vocabulary that should not be repeated by children under the age of 18.
I'm gonna.
No, Ross.
I'm gonna.
You're
You're not my dad.
I am your dad.
Uh-uh.
I'm your time-traveling dad.
I don't like that one bit.
Well, I'll live with it. Wasn't Fry his own grandpa?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Chant says, I beat Infinite and it was the most soulless Halo ever, in my opinion. Ross would say that's 4.
Yeah, 4 is genuinely terrible. I mean, they couldn't get anything right. The art style, the shooting, the story, it's all terrible in that game. I mean, genuinely all of it.
And
I think the only
Chance's opinions are terrible, but
well, yes. I think the only thing that game got right was they had a custom game setting, because there's a game, like a custom game that people used to do called Flood or Infection on Halo, where red team and green team, or blue and green, whatever, and green team starts out with 1 or 2 guys, and then as they kill people they switch teams. Well, they turned that into a game mode that you could do, and there was actual Flood models that were made for that game type, and they look great.
So you can play as the Flood.
Yeah, on multiplayer, but only in that game type, and that was cool. But who cares? It's attached to the worst Halo ever made, so.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Anyway. Ignore the man behind the curtain. I'm moving wheels and I pretend I have power. I'm not a wizard.
Uh-huh. No. Well, maybe.
I am a wizard. I'm a wizard, Harry.
You're a wizard, Rat.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Imagine announcing that to Harry Potter. No, I'm a wizard, Harry.
I'm a wizard, Harry.
I'm a wizard, Harry.
Like, okay.
Well,
You're some
actually, he's
stupid
more of
kid.
a hairy wizard, but whatever.
Oh my gosh, Jason. That's the most dad
You're
joke.
welcome.
Bum 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 bum.
Silver, did you die? Did you poop?
Yes. Wait, what?
She did both.
Did you get rushed to the hospital? Were your symptoms inflamed?
Well, I asked you to call an ambulance, and you did not, so here I am.
They're busy.
Still laying here.
Calling us from beyond.
Yeah,
What-
from the beyond.
What was the horrible
Nothing
poops
can
we made
keep
up
her
the
away
other
from
day?
the
The heavy
podcast.
poop. No, that was me and Ross. The heavy poops, the clunkers or whatever.
Oh my god, yeah.
The mega
Oh,
poops.
what, like... Are you talking about the different kinds, like the laying asphalt, or is
It
this
comes
a
out-
different
Oh, dear Lord.
conversation?
Yeah, we've
comes-
talked about that too.
That comes out like a brick. Now, laying asphalt is when you stain the toilet.
Ah, I see. Turd.
What?
Yeah, I don't remember what other conversation we had.
You were supposed to come over and play video games.
Yep. Still have time for that, though. We have eternity red.
Well, not according to you increasing in age. I don't think you're going to last that much longer.
Just careening toward the end. Yep.
Speeding toward oblivion.
Never played Beat Saber because I'm dying.
Did you know your birthday revolves around me?
Ah, I didn't.
Well, you should have thought
I
of
mean,
that
happy
next time
birthday to you, I guess, then.
Yes. Next time you go to the bathroom, you should have thought about that. Chance says my wife
Every
straight up
time.
Tokyo drift around the bowl and leaves tracks.
Really calling out your wife there.
Dear
Does she
Lord.
go at large speeds and then just careens off the toilet bowl and back out the door? Because we thought skid marks is when it leaves it in your pants. Asphaltine is when you leave it on the toilet.
I also
God.
like to call it the skid marking zebra stripes, but that's just me.
You're the
What
one with
a
the yellow
podcast.
bathroom. Ross, what does it matter? No one's listening to this anyway.
What a podcast.
I know. Welcome.
Hey, when we're more professional, it doesn't work. We might as well degenerate.
Listen, if you want to stop talking about this, you better get some more fucking people in here to listen, alright? That's all I'm saying. Number better go up.
Subscribers just out of fear.
Please stop.
No.
Be afraid. Stop the podcast. Stop them from getting too far.
Dear Lord.
Well, all of you have some interesting things to say. I was busy moving last week. That's why podcast was not present. Too much to do, too little time. I was all on my lonesome moving everything. That's not true. I had a few other people, but Silver didn't help me despite her close proximity. What's your
Yep.
excuse?
Mhm.
I got nothing.
Do you feel shame?
Wow.
Yes.
You should.
Conversation entropy is the chance effect. Blame Chance. You are. I don't know if that's okay. You are the people with the tiny hats of Europe to this podcast.
What?
You are the Goldsteins of Hollywood to this podcast.
Chance Sheckelstein Juenblatz? That's his name?
I'm just saying, Chance controls the weather
Oh, does he? Uh-huh. I
and the
believe
means and the means of banking.
Well, usury is against our religion, so, you know. Someone's got to do
Well,
it.
only against people who are not of the or who are of the religion. It's fine if you do it to people who are not.
So giant news. Everybody lacks the capacity to get past it. I don't know if Ross knows about this, and it's always fun when Ross is surprised. Hey, Ross. There's a new comic that came out where Black Panther, the new Black Panther, is a white man.
Oh, boys, we are so back. It's White Boy Summer. Here we go. Let's go. Literally me.
Woo!
Put Ryan Gosling's face on it. Let's go.
And guess what? Everybody who said it's not real, why do you care, are now flipping the crap out because there's a white guy who's Black Panther.
Oh, I love it. It's so delicious.
Yum, 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 yum.
Nom, 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 nom.
Chance says he's currently trying to push his neighbors out of their house and expand into it. They aren't taking it well. And it's called annexation. And you can call them Poland. So, as the story is, one of T'Challa's son challenges him for leadership and to become Black Panther, and he beats him in a fight, only to take off his mask, Katima, to reveal blonde hair and blue eyes. And oh no, Black Panther is a white man, resulting in channels who have lambasted people for complaining about race swapping to suddenly flip their lid and get enraged to find out that Black Panther's a white man.
Oh, good
Jokes across the internet is the hope that Ryan Gosling will be cast as the new Black Panther.
Hell yeah. Literally me.
One comment said they looked at this and thought it was a good idea. Another quipped, life is a horror movie in 2025. The character of T'Challa was famously portrayed by late Chadwick Boseman. Black Panther films. Now fans are questioning whether or not the latest story undermines the legacy. Yeah, maybe trivializing and race swapping undermines the legacy of the characters.
It's weird. I don't know. I mean,
bro, what the F?
I think I remember having this conversation with the four of us a long time ago.
Yeah. hey, guess what? Black Panther should be a black man.
Yeah.
I am not inconsistent when it comes to my stance on this.
How did T'Challa get a Caucasian son? Whose goddamn white baby is that?
He's only a son by adoption.
I mean, it has to be, right? You know.
Black Panther having a white son would be ridiculous. You're saying white children are ridiculous?
Excuse me?
Ain't no way Black Panther has a white Aryan son who just became leader of Wakanda. Death emoji.
I mean, I'm assuming this story is going to be that he's a bad guy or a fake.
That's the speculation that he'll end up being just awful or whatever.
And I want him to have a South African accent.
Just lean into the apartheid.
Oh, the apartheid of it all, Red. I want it all.
We've had multiple podcasts decrying race swapping, and confusingly enough, now that it's on the other hand, I maintain my consistent stance of I don't think I don't think you should race swap these characters, or at least these important characters.
Or gender swap either.
Or gender
no, right?
swap.
You don't understand. It's just a mantle. He just took up the mantle. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what's so funny. If you think about it logically, whoever wins in that fight becomes Black Panther. So theoretically, it could be anybody. The power isn't only bestowed upon someone from Africa.
Yeah.
Chance says, aren't biracial people usually still considered still black in the real world? Well, according to mega racism, yes.
Well, I would say the answer to that is yes, but usually biracial, they still favor more the black side of their heritage as opposed to the white
technically
side.
Speaking, they're both. The reason why I brought up as the racism point is the point in the past in like antebellum South was that if you had a little bit of black in your blood, you were considered black because you have to be pure to be white. So
Right.
anybody who's slightly black being considered black is kind of playing into the racial connotations used in Antebellum South, which is nonsense. You're both. You're a white and a black person, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being both. The fact that you have to identify or pick a side of allegiance is absurd.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. Well, you're not pure enough blood, so you don't get to be part of our crew. You're out of the
One
gang.
drop policy, pal.
One drop policy, yeah, that's what they called it.
Yeah.
Anyway, what do you think? Reflection on the new change at Marvel? I mean, clearly, this is a gimmick or ploy every time they do something like this that shocks everybody to try and get attention temporarily so that people can come and buy the comics.
It's like when they had Captain America say "Hail Hydra."
Yeah.
Turns out it wasn't really Captain America. It was some an alternate reality.
I mean, or female Thor, or Death of Superman, or any number of gimmicky stuff that comics do.
Yeah.
But it is funny, considering how heated this has all been, that now it's around on the other side of it. And by the way, a joke that's been on the internet for a long time. I mean, the reason the Ryan Gosling joke keeps coming around is because that was the Photoshop meme that everyone did. So, it is funny. And, you know, granted, it's probably a story thing or whatever, but it's definitely a very silly look.
Well, it's the joke of, well, if we're going to race swap, then let's just race swap. I mean, let's do the Black Panther.
Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the things that we always pointed out. We always said, you know, if we can race swap one way, why can't we race swap the other way? And or gender swap the other way? And nobody ever addressed that question in an
official sense.
Logical
I mean,
reason, yeah.
You had people do art or even cosplay race swapped of black characters, and it was people would lambast them and say that basically it was racism to race swap something like a Black Panther as a cosplay. But it's officially a comic now. Well, it's still racism, I guess, according to you guys. I mean, lest we forget, what was it, the first Black Panther movie where they were saying, if you have tickets to Black Panther, give it to one of your black friends and don't go so that they have a safe space to go watch the movie.
Yeah, you know, have it make less money.
Well, the point
your whiteness will sicken them.
We need to keep these people safe. So, and it's like, first of all, just because there's a black superhero doesn't mean somehow it's a world-shattering event that everybody needs to stop and pay attention and flock to it like it means anything culture. Like, believe it or not, now that I have Black Panther representation so that I can, you know, see myself in Black Panther. The character doesn't mean any more to me than he did before because I'm not weird and racist. Because that's a weird and racist thing to do. I can't relate to another human being because the color of their skin is different. That's absurd.
That just proves how racist some people happen to be. It's like you can't identify with this person. You can't sympathize with them. You can't empathize with them because you are not the same as them. It's like, well, if that were the case, then we couldn't understand anybody at all, ever. Because none of us are the same as anybody else. We're all unique individuals, which means that there's no such thing as empathy or sympathy. Well,
people were calling people racist for basically saying that Wakanda wasn't real.
Newsflash. Wakanda
it's real in our hearts, Jason. Because when I think of a futuristic African country who's highly technologically advanced, I also think that they still wear loincloths and beat drums.
And have DJs turn off shields. They're hyper advanced spaceman shields.
Chant says, hey, before Black Panther, they had Meteor Man and Blank Man. I quite like Blank Man.
Blank Man
I'm
was
going to be
pretty
honest.
funny.
I was a fan of Blank Man.
Yes, I definitely know who that is.
They were
It's
comedies.
one of the Wayans brothers.
Yeah. They were
The
comedies.
superhero spoof movie that
Ross. Silver, do you feel represented?
Totally.
Well, she can't identify with this because not only is she not black, she's also not male. So
Oh, that's true.
she's
You got me there.
She's 2 times removed from this.
Yeah, I can't connect with this at all.
You dirty monster. What were we talking about earlier today? You're not a real person and you can't drive. You can't be considered a human.
Oh.
Not a whole human. 3/4 perhaps.
Just partially human. Oh, look, episode 69. White Black Panther is here.
I'm clicking around the screen.
He's still learning.
And I know everybody's expecting you really passionate about this topic and really upset. Our stance has been the same. Race swapping's dumb. It's pandering and stupid. Don't do it because it disrespects the characters. Do you know who doesn't get offended when you, is when you don't race swap? No one gets offended when you do that.
Yeah, it's true.
The only
But
reason
that's
to
hard.
do it is to create shock value and headlines, which is what they're doing. And everybody fully expects he's going to turn out to be a villain or a bad guy or a Trump allegory of some sort or another. Literally, a black man is the one writing this comic who made this decision. How the turntables have turned, I suppose. Chance says it's 2025. Silver could be a man if she wants to. If she wants to. You know what, Silver? You're a man in my heart.
Oh,
You're one of the bros.
One of the
I
dogs.
don't know how I feel about that.
One of the boys.
No.
What, do you feel it?
No. I'd like to announce my resignation from the podcast. It's been a run.
I hear there's amazing things they can do with puberty blockers.
Oh, gosh.
It's a little late for her.
Yeah. A little late. 10 years late.
10,000 years, 10 million
We're
years.
doing it
How
now.
old are you as a kaiju monster?
Great question. You tend
young
to
for a
forget
kaiju.
your kaiju age.
You don't even know your own lore.
Good Lord, woman.
Listen, when you reach past 10,000, you kind of stop counting.
10,000 years. She's got a cricket.
Yes. Counting what age I am gives me such a crick in the neck.
Well, it's happened. Everybody didn't think they would do it, but they did it. And they race swapped the other direction. And it's still dumb and not okay. It's just amazing the weeping and gnashing of teeth over this new race swap. When everybody just rolled their eyes and said, what? They're fake characters. What do you care? And I suppose that's my response. What? They're fake characters. What do you care?
What do you
No,
care?
but it
Yeah.
means something. It's a cultural icon and blah. Oh, okay. So it does matter then. Interesting. Or is your racism one-sided? Something to think about.
Well,
Very
it's racist
one-sided.
when somebody else does it, not when we do it.
It's racist when Jason does it.
Exactly.
Black Panther, everybody. Something Chance talks about.
The Distracted Gamer Podcast. Big steaming pile of news dump.
That's right. We have stumbled to the toilet newsroom in this spaceship Winnebago. To
My
sit down
favorite
and
part
talk
of
about-
Winnebago.
the pooper.
Yeah. Very relaxing.
I know, behind the scenes. Gosh,
No,
the
no.
news has been goofed up today. There is a huge amount of news, and me and Ross may try and do a reaction to some of the. I mean, anyone else who wants to join us. Some of the gaming releases.
Silver.
We have a lot of fun sitting and reacting to the trailer releases and stuff. We did it last time. Thunderbolts is projected to lose around 100 million.
Oh no!
Its high audience score.
I'm shocked. Shocked to hear this. Well, not
everybody. It's the new Marvel. They're turning a leaf. They're changing things. In unrelated news, Disney has laid off hundreds in the latest round of job cuts, despite apparent increase in revenue. That's right. Disney is hemorrhaging jobs.
You know, if they had just not spent any money on The Acolyte, or maybe not so much money on the show nobody watched, Andor. Maybe those people could have kept their job. Daredevil. Maybe some of those people could have kept their job. But instead, Disney pissed it down the drain on a show nobody watched. Several shows. And films.
I really like Andor. They spent too much money on that thing.
Yeah.
No one's surprised from this podcast as they've hemorrhaged money. Incidentally, though, we have the state of play from Sony and a bunch of announcements. We'll go through them really quickly. A new 007 game, and there's been a lot of mixed to negative reaction. It seems to be kind of a period piece.
Bring it on! Go hard with
Interesting.
Oh no, trailer.
So they're setting it, what, in the 80s or something?
Well, let's see. I think the only real choice is period piece.
Well, I don't think it is a period piece.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe what I had heard is it should be one.
Yeah, it's young.
Yeah,
James Bond.
this is hot Gen Z guy. This is garbage.
The only benefit is I think IO Interactive is doing this.
They did Hitman, yeah.
Which, by the way, there's a Hitman DLC where you kill Lashif. I assume that's part of their deal to make this game. They got to do that.
At a casino?
Yes, literally, at the casino. You should just play that DLC. Just do that. Don't buy this.
I don't like the hot Gen Z man. Is he gonna be
they took the worst idea from the 90s, which is James Bond Jr., and did that, which is stupid.
Yeah. To people who are obsessed with fighting games and in the know, Marvel Tokon has shocked the internet. And I know a lot of you might not be super aware if you're not in this community, but Arc System Works, who made Guilty Gear and Dragon Ball FighterZ, me and Silver being a huge fan of that game, are making a Marvel fighter. That's right, not Marvel Capcom, Marvel Fighter.
Oh.
Yes. They were approached by Sony and Marvel to make a fighter for Sony. Arc System Works is a classic Japanese fighting game company. Guilty Gear is a big game. And this game kind of surprised everybody on it when it was released to just shock the internet. So hopefully it's good.
Oh, Guilty Gear rocks. Yeah, I remember Guilty Gear. That's one of the
Dragon
cooler...
Ball FighterZ is a blast.
I think I'm not that I dislike... I mean, because I was, weirdly enough, more of a Tekken guy growing up. Just because everyone had a PlayStation. But Guilty Gear was always one of the cooler, more stylish fighter games, as I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yamcha sucks, by the way.
No.
How dare you? I was gonna say it just to annoy you. Yamcha.
Yeah, Yamcha sucks.
No.
We finally get a Silent Hill reveal.
Oh.
What's that?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, if you recall,
in Japan.
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's a bad idea. Who made those Fatal Frame games?
Silver plays it.
Oh, yeah. I've played only the third one though.
Was it Tecmo?
Project Zero.
Okay.
And in the most important news, Ross, finish your thought. I'm too excited.
Oh, I was going to say, I think Silent Hill is inherently an American idea. I mean, I realize it's made by Japanese developers, but it would...
It takes
would
place in
like-
America.
Yeah, like the whole concept. I mean, it's based off of Centralia, Pennsylvania. Like the whole idea of a foggy city came from a natural disaster in the United States. It's an American setting. I'm sorry. Anyway, go ahead. I know you're excited.
Final Fantasy Tactics. Yes, right.
Is it like a remake?
It is a remaster, enhanced version, features fully voice acted dialogue.
Wow.
Oh,
And optimized, updated UI, graphics improvements, and even some quality of life features like a Squire difficulty setting. Classic version will unite the graphics and gameplay of the original version with the renowned War of the Lions translation. However, it will include some new features like autosave. So it's not actually a full remake. It's like a remaster, so to speak. But they do have, like, you can keep the original UI, if you will, but they did revamp a lot of the control system to make it like cleaner, and like the skill tree and everything is actually a lot more easy to understand. Whereas before, the ability to sift your way through the control system required a strategy. The leveling system through the job system required a strategy guide of sorts.
Yeah. It was you had to have a map basically of it in order to make any sense of it. It's like if I want to get to this particular job, I have to go to this one first and then over to this one, back to this one, and then
and by the time you level up and create really good characters and get to the end, the boss is trivial.
Well, have they said anything about like the late game character ads?
And that's my hope is that they expand the late game.
Well, one of the problems with the late game ads is you'd get a character late game and you couldn't really do anything with them because they were so under-leveled for when
you would have to grind them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cloud, despite being featured in the game as a secret character, was immensely under-leveled.
Yeah.
Neo 3. It's too bad we've gone away from our roots where the original Neo featured a white man as the main character.
I just don't see myself in this character.
In this Asian Japanese character. But yes, for those who were into the Souls like Silver, Neo is coming back. Neo's great. It's a different mix-up of a control system. It's a whole new...
I like some of these visuals. Those are impressive.
Yeah, so if you want a Souls-like through Samurai, you go for it.
That snake thing was freaking cool.
Yeah, well, it's funny because like they have, if I recall, in Neo... So in the first Neo, you basically had like sword, long sword, spear, like certain types of weapons. And in the second one, they expanded it to like being able to light and heavy. Like it's a really interesting sort of dynamic combat system as opposed to just like 40 billion weapons like a Dark Souls.
Mm-hmm.
Snake Eater gets new gameplay trailers.
When's that coming out?
Oh, it's got to be soon. At least the end of
I was
this
gonna
year.
say, I thought it was like soon, but I guess not.
Ghost of Yotei gets a special state of play in July. I will not be playing this game.
Rhett's so excited for it.
I'm a bigot.
You are a bigot. At least you're not a bigot, though.
I am not a bigot. Like Silver.
Some people we know.
Lumens Arise announced for PS5, PSVR 2. Pragmata reemerges with gameplay, trailer, and release window. Thief is back in VR, Ross.
Oh.
Also, you're a girl.
Oh. Oh well. They ruined the guy with the fourth game, so whatever.
She's called Magpie.
She is.
They steal.
They sure do.
Man, they really know how to ruin Thief.
Well,
Romeo is Dead, man, is bringing wild action to PS5. Trailer looks strange for that thing. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection fights its way to PS5 and PS4 later this year. It looks like you're getting...
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. PlayStation announces Project Defiant, the first wireless fight stick designed by Sony for PS5 and PC.
That's for nerds. Nerds.
Ninja Gaiden Rage Bound, July 2025 release date.
It looks like it's a throwback.
I apologize for missing the comments.
Nice.
Fatal Frame. What is it about Fatal Frame that women love? Can somebody answer me this?
Cool.
There's probably some emo looking dude that they're all in love with.
Silver, you in love with an emo dude in Fatal Frame? Is it the dead one?
Oh yeah, there was a dead one.
Good lord.
See?
I forgot about that. He just like hung out in a barn and you talk to him like once and he vanishes.
Lots of announcements, which we can go into more detail and react to the trailers, hopefully when we do a thing on State of Play. Lots of things coming down the pipeline. Oh, wait. Does that mean that's all of the announcement we've gotten? No, because Summer Game Fest is now in full swing into
thank God.
Sunday. Summer Game Fest has a bunch of announcements. Resident Evil 9.
Oh.
Yeah, Resident Evil Requiem. Let's see. Stranger Than Heaven. A new game set in 1943 Japan where you play as a classic looking hard-boiled detective named Taito. During the war, Japan? Interesting.
I was going to say, what, are you like part of the secret police? Are you like shoving bamboo under people's fingernails? What are we talking about?
Splitgate 2?
The more Halo game than Halo, but with portals.
Oh. Into the Unwell. Ooh, artsy Looney Tunes violence.
I see those gloves. The mouse is coming. Better watch your ass.
Cyberpunk 2022 on the Switch 2.
Oh, I bet it'll look great.
Some Guild Wars 2 stuff.
That game already out.
Wu-Tang Rise of the Deceiver.
Oh! You know, they ain't nothing to fuck with.
Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers.
I'm getting both.
Chinese
Wu-Tang and Wu-Chang.
Last Flag. Yeah, some these are going to have to require more sit-down reactions to these trailers. More characters announced for Street Fighter 6. Sagat, Sea Viper, Ingrid, Alex. The Resident Evil tease. Mecha Break. Ill. Blighted. Wildgate. I'm looking for something that might stand out. Lego stuff.
Oh,
And,
Hitman Lashif.
Yeah?
Scum.
Oh, they're doing a new Scott Pilgrim game.
Oh, great.
Which is also 2D side-scroller adventure like the other Scott Pilgrim game.
How original.
Sweet. Well, look forward to perhaps us reacting to things. Video games.
We will get to it.
Just exciting news and stuff being revealed. Oh, we finally got an answer. Fatal Frame is great because it makes you wait and look at the ghost to make sure your shot is the best position. It's spooky and has a Japanese sense of sacrifice. It's awesome. That doesn't explain why women gravitate towards Fatal Frame. Huh?
Well, women like taking cutesy pictures and
hot
taking
ghosts.
cutesy pictures of ghosts.
Of hot ghosts. These things are
creepy
freaking
ghosts.
creepy.
Silver, justify your existence.
Great question.
All right, you failed. Moving on.
Yeah, I got no justification.
Dear God.
Grand Theft Auto developer in their last annual report has replaced DEI for diversity of thought.
You're right.
It's
Hire
almost
me,
like
see how that goes.
they're moving away from the very unsuccessful DEI that's been heavily maligned by pretty much everybody. You think hiding it is going to help? No. Shifting on, Nintendo also has been pulling away from the gender politics and has completely removed gender from the Mii's in Switch 2's launch. By the way, the Switch 2 is out. I don't own it because money.
Yes.
Everybody seems
were,
excited, but there's some news about the Switch 2's launch at the moment, so we can get to that. But yeah,
Okay, I'll say.
Nintendo has removed the gender choices. Now you just choose like which body type. It's like people are learning that it's just not popular thing to do.
Yeah.
Incidentally, a bunch of retailers have accidentally been canceling people's pre-orders. Dozens of posts have appeared on social media from customers of Walmart, Target, and GameStop complaining that the pre-orders have been canceled without notice. Some customers report that they have been told that retailers were out of stock, while others have been told there was a problem with processing payments, which they refute. One Walmart customer is told, "I regret to inform you that the order has been canceled due to a large number of orders." The point of a pre-order is to save your copy so that you can have it, or in this case, console. Why pre-order if they're not going to hold it for you?
Yeah, that's fucking obnoxious.
Also, in a fun turn of news, apparently more specifically GameStop, has been using a stapler to staple stuff to the boxes. And apparently those staples are going through and damaging the consoles.
Oh.
No. No.
People are reporting that the staples to the front of the boxes are damaging screens.
Oh my God.
As spotted by IGN, dozens of customers have taken to social media to show how staple processes irrevocably damage their system. The majority of complaints appear to stem from U.S. customers who purchase their consoles from GameStop. While many others are frustrated with the retailer, others are also questioning why Nintendo's packaging material do not provide better protection for its contents. That's a really shallow packaging material if a staple's getting through to hit the console.
Yeah.
That is a good point.
Well, it was fine until the GameStop employees got near them. Jesus.
That's how GameStop works. And a strange bit of news that I kind of found through IGN. So, Nintendo fans have been known for some time that Switch 2 is backwards compatible with Switch 1 games. But what happens when you do the reverse? Insert Switch 2 only games, such as Mario Kart World and the Switch 1, and you get an error message. But if you pop in the Switch 2 edition cartridge of a game like Breath of the Wild, it apparently works on the Switch 1.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, wow.
Let me remind you, it's more expensive on the Switch 2.
Oh my God. So then you say, what am I buying this for? Oh my God. I've been had. Damn you, Nintendo.
That's right. The Switch 2 edition of Breath of the Wild costs more money and still works on the Switch 1.
Oh, that is so embarrassing.
Good news. What were you going to say about the Switch launch there, Ross?
Well, apparently people on Twitter have been posting, I don't know if this has happened a lot, but I know of one in particular that blew up and went kind of viral, where this person posted a picture of 2 Nintendo Switches, one of which was theirs. They went with somebody else to get their Switch. And 2 Pizza Hut boxes, like they just bought pizza. And people lost their ever-loving mind, calling them, like, disgusting, like, rich person and, like, all this stuff. Like, really, you needed 2? And some people just can't even afford the essentials, and look at you.
What if both of them
Stuff like
aren't
that.
his?
Right, and even if they were, so what? I mean, and people were mad, like, well, don't you know we're boycotting Nintendo?
What do you mean? Why are we boycotting Nintendo?
Well, because of their bad business practices with the new console, you see.
Okay.
Rhett, it's dumbass tankies online. I don't know what to tell you. I cannot grasp their understanding of the world. I don't. I have too high of an IQ. All right, and I'm not even that smart. Like, they are just morons, jealous morons.
Do you think whining that somebody has something you don't have will result in them being like, you're right. I'm going to give you it because I have too much. You think that's what's going to happen? That somehow they're just going to go, you know what? Free console. There you go, champ.
Isn't that how it works nowadays? All you have to do is whine about it enough online that somebody's just like, the government just comes along and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Here you go. Here's your free stuff." I thought that was how it worked now.
Imagine if that's how people got Roblox, as they complained to the federal government. Roblox, was it Robux or whatever?
Yeah, Robux. Yeah.
The amount of 12-year-olds that would just be whining to the federal government on Twitter trying to get Robux. My friends make fun of me because I use the default skin in Fortnite. Could somebody give me a bunch of money so I can buy a really cool skin? Mainly Silver makes fun of me. Out of curiosity, what is anybody here's expectation when it comes to Switch 2? What is exactly you want out of it?
I want an improvement over the current version, better hardware, better user experience, more memory built into the thing, more storage. I don't know. I mean, a lot of the original, the Switch was a really good console right off the bat. Although I do have to say the with the Joy-Cons, the stick drift is an issue. It would be great if Nintendo could address that.
I mean, I would expect improvements over the previous console, but at its core, I just want fun. Just genuine fun. You grant me that, and I'm in. You like that?
It's because I'm not really. I like the idea of the Switch. I wanted them to keep going with keeping console gaming alive, and in a sense, I guess they are. But I think they're also doing a lot of things that really hurt the Xbox brand back when they launched the Xbox One in 2014. Like, just the whole PR. I mean, I knew that they would still sell like gangbusters anyway, but the whole public relations around this launch has been kind of rough. Not ideal. Compared to previous launches,
The cost of the console is pretty high, and then tariffs have caused a lot of problems.
Yeah, and them bumping up the cost of games, and then them, having a lot more DRM in their games on top of that. The fact that they're sticking with the little game cards, despite the fact that now it's not a real physical copy, so why didn't you try something else?
The aggressive really anti-piracy stuff.
Yeah, it's just, and the fact that they had if you modify your console at all, they can brick the console remotely. I mean, just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, look, I get losing the ability to play online. Fair enough. That's as long as consoles have been a thing with online capability. But that is, and they will. When you buy the console, you're just buying the license to play it. It's like, oh, okay. Like, it's gross,
that's one of the things about software that has always bugged me. If you actually delve into the licensing agreement that you get with most software, it will say two things. One, it will say this doesn't actually belong to you.
Mhm.
This software is ours. You're just buying permission to use it. And two, this software doesn't do jack.
Yeah.
It's a way to cover their butt in case the software doesn't act as the user would like it to. Because then they can just point at the user agreement and say, well, it's ours, it's not yours. And two, we didn't say it would do that.
Yeah. Actually, if you look, yeah, I don't know. Just a lot of
I get it.
consumer bullshit.
Yeah, it is. And I get it. The thing is that if it wasn't for idiots that sued the company because they were unhappy with what the software did, the companies wouldn't be doing this kind of stuff. But it's because morons were like, oh, this doesn't act exactly like I think it should, that they decided to then sue the company. And now the company has to say, look, fine, you're going to sue us, then we're going to put it into the user agreement, and you agree to it when you click OK without even reading it. Mind you, most of us don't bother to go through all the legalese. But basically, it's kind of our own fault for forcing the software companies into this kind of situation. I can't blame them, but at the same time, I find fault with it, and I don't like it.
No, we'll all just become part of the human centipede.
Oh.
It's like hands around America or whatever. It's just human centipede around the world.
Oh gosh. Oh no.
Remember to ask for the vanilla paste.
I don't want any of it.
I've never seen Human Centipede.
Don't.
Because my gosh,
Don't.
I'm scared.
Don't.
Be afraid.
Don't. It's just,
Okay,
it's
no.
not even like, it's just gross. Like, it's not a very good horror movie. It's shock value purely.
I'm just saying. I'd rather be the front than the caboose.
Oh, you want to be the middle. That's what you want.
Oh gosh.
Don't lie.
Second to last.
You know my secrets. There's been a lot of weird dispute with what Fandango has apparently reported. So apparently they reported record-breaking sales for tickets for Fantastic Four, claiming that it crashed their website. A bunch of other people are basically eyeballing this going, I don't believe you.
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't feel word of mouth is so aggressive when it comes to Fantastic Four that it would crash your website.
Well, this isn't even the kind of, well, actually, a few years ago, this would have been the kind of crashed a website. But you would think that at this point in time, Fandango would have basically come to some sort of arrangement that if they got a super ton of internet traffic, they would be able to handle it. Most websites now have measures in place that if they get too much traffic, they expand their capabilities to handle that kind of traffic. I think Fandango would have that. This really just seems like a ploy.
It's the Pedro effect.
Yeah. Oh, uh-huh. Yep, it sure is. The only guy that would do it.
So there's a really interesting article that we could spend a lot of time on. I'm going to go through it quickly and get your thoughts. So on Paramount's storied lot in 2018, Studio Brass partnered with Skydance and gave the go-ahead for Tom Cruise to make 2 more Mission Impossible movies following the massive success of Fallout. No one taking part in that decision some 7 years later could have known that it was in store for Hollywood, much less the world, on the minefield they would have to cross. Between COVID-19 delays, the strikes and reshoots, and rising costs due to inflation, the blockbuster hopefuls of 2025 box office from Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, one of the most expensive movies ever made, to DC Superman, and Jurassic World Rebirth are saddled with price tags requiring sky-high box office returns. Another title getting buzz for its budget is Apple's original film's highly anticipated F1, which Warner Brothers is releasing theatrically. One source says the budget is $300 million.
Wow.
A figure disputed by the filmmakers, but if that figure is the total before tax rebates and production incentives, the net budget could indeed be substantially lower. If it isn't, the ultimate spend could approach $400 million when including marketing costs. No one will divulge what the original screenlight number was for the two final Mission Impossible films starring Cruise, but the combined cost was a net $700 million before marketing.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Now in theaters, Final Reckoning's budget is $400 million after subtracting tens of millions of dollars in tax incentives and rebates from the various countries included on its globe-trotting shooting schedule. As a comparison, Fallout's net budget was anywhere from 200 to 250. That's right, 400.
God damn.
These costs are not sustainable. Obviously, there were
Oh,
unique
no.
items that didn't help the budgets, such as strikes and COVID. Costs will come down as businesses normalize. There is a reason studios shoot outside of LA, so as to rely on incentives and rebates from states or countries overseas. Turning to the list of most expensive films, Final Reckoning would come in behind 2015's Star Wars Force Awakens at $447, 2018's Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom at $432, and like Final Reckoning, a slew of mega-budget tentpoles saw their budgets dramatically impacted by the pandemic strikes, including 2022's Avatar: The Way of the Water, which cost well north of $400. Jurassic World Minion at $432, and indeed these are net budgets before marketing spends. By the way, here's where it gets interesting. Last
and they don't
year,
skimp on the marketing budget.
well, usually you could consider half, but sometimes it doubles depending on how big.
Yeah.
The last year, documents filed by the Superman production team with the Ohio government seeking incentives listed the gross budget of the highly anticipated July film as $363.8 million. When the number was reported, director James Gunn, who also runs DC Studios, lambasted the article. How in the world do they think they know what our budget is? Because you had to file with the government of Ohio.
Yeah, like, so are you lying to the tax man, James? What are you
Is this
talking
tax
about?
fraud? Is that why you're upset? Because you committed tax fraud with Ohio and it's really cheaper? But he wrote on social media in recent days, DC suggested the bud is net $225. That's not true. Now you might get it down to $225 with tax incentives.
Well, and they said it was perhaps after tax incentives and tax breaks, but like, so doesn't that maybe confirm? Like,
well, here's where it gets interesting. One longtime financier says the 363 figure isn't incorrect. And sources say DC and its parent company could spend as much as $200 million on global marketing.
oh my God.
Holy cow.
Compared with the usual $150 for an all-audience summer tentpole, it wouldn't be a surprise since Superman kicks off the Gunn era and needs to work at the box office. Either way, between the budget and the marketing, it's certain to land a $400 million club at the very least. And according to a veteran studio source, Superman, which opens July 11th in North America, is exploding on social media. Well, we'll see about that.
Mm-hmm.
With the first full trailer
Well, maybe
ranking
exploding for the wrong reasons.
50 million. Yeah. Domestic debut of 175 whereabouts is within the realm of possibility. It even has a shot at finishing with 1 million plus globally. I'd be surprised. Not just theater attendance, but superhero movies have kind of retracted. There's no way to defend these budgets because when you get to the 700 to 900 million break-even point in regards to box office and ancillary revenue, it doesn't make any sense. This is unsustainable, and we've had this conversation multiple times. These movies cost too much money, and having one of these movies go poorly is studio breaking, at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the costs
Especially-
alone are absurd.
Yeah, especially for a studio who's what, $50 billion in debt. This is.
I mean, Superman might have to get $1 billion in order to break even.
Yeah, this will kill the DC EU or whatever they're calling it, the DC extended universe franchise. This will kill it.
Do you think Warner can survive a failure of a Superman?
I think
they are in absurd amounts of debt, Jason.
I don't think so, dude.
I could definitely see them folding after this if they don't get the money that if this movie bombs, like I think it will. I mean, it obviously I could be wrong. This movie could do gangbusters, but I'm not really seeing anything that is boosting
a worldwide
my confidence.
phenomenon that everybody has to come out to see.
Yeah, I'm just not seeing it. Like I said, I could be wrong. It could be totally the best movie of the decade, but at the same time, I'm not seeing I'm not seeing anything that is bringing confidence to me in what we're doing. So it's just like I could definitely see Warner Brothers folding after this.
Because they're in so much debt and that their credit rating is so bad. I mean, this could absolutely kill them. If they're spending this kind of money, absolutely. I think this could be, whether or not it's instantaneous, but I mean, this could be the final blow that puts them on the path to death,
This must be a success. Now, add this with the rumor that apparently they had to cut something like 25 minutes from the movie because it was too jokey.
Oh, God. Fucking yikes.
I mean, that would make sense with the James Gunn movie.
Yeah.
Two Guardians of the Galaxy, too jokey.
Oh, God. That's what you want for a Superman movie, Just real yuck up, Just yuck it up.
That's
Gotta
why
cut
I go
out
see
some of that
Superman
humor.
movies.
Jesus.
Apparently, test screening reaction was less humor overall. You don't want your test screenings to be like less humor.
Yeah, that ain't great.
Now, James Gunn did see the report and deny it that the cuts had happened. But I mean, even if that story isn't true, does that not express a anxiety among normal viewers that James Gunn is going to make it too jokey, make it too Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, he denies that, but he also apparently is denying tax documents. So,
required tax documents to file with the government of Ohio.
And also, he said Flash is the best superhero movie he's ever seen. So, I mean,
yeah, that
nothing
massive
he says
flaw
publicly can be trusted. So, dumb.
And a good sign, WB has laid off almost 100 staff across the cable networks.
Oh no. That's. Uh-oh.
Why is this so complicated for them to understand? It's almost like a gambler. We can't cut budgets down and be more reasonable with our expectations. You go bigger.
Well, look what they did with the Joker Part 2. That's a prime example of how Hollywood thinks. It's like, well, if we made so much money with this one, if we double, triple, quadruple the budget, it's only going to go, our profits are only going to go up.
What was the budget for the first one? What was it, like 70 something?
50.
50. And then the budget
50
for the
mil.
second one was like 350, wasn't it?
Something crazy. Yeah, I think it was like 250, 200.
But still way too much.
Way too
Still,
much.
yeah. I mean, especially for a movie like The Joker, they could have done another movie at the same, or maybe a little bit more, maybe bumped it from 50 to 70 for their budget. But that kind of movie doesn't need a $350 million budget.
Well,
and yet
I remember. Sorry.
Well, I was going to say, and yet they think that if they make the budget that high, it somehow is going to translate into massive profits. The key with profits is you go small,
yeah,
with the production costs, so that when the money starts coming in, you're making bank off of it. Yeah.
Well, and remember when we talked about Joker 2, like one of the things with Joker 1, with the first Joker film, is that the way the deal was structured with Warner Brothers is like they didn't take a lot of money from that.
Yeah,
the way the contract was. Yeah, so they wanted to get more money out of this, which makes it even more baffling that they bumped the budget up so high. I mean, literally, the only thing I could think of is that they were desperate to get the same director and actor, and they wouldn't do it unless they paid them big bucks. But even still, outrageous.
Apparently,
budget.
Apparently, for the first Joker, because of how the deal was, that Warner only got about $350 million out of it, and apparently that's how much they lost on the second Joker.
Well, hey, listen, we broke even. You learn some things, you win some, you lose some. It's fine.
It's a wash. Hopefully, somebody enjoyed the insulting second film.
Hopefully, they really had a good time.
When the director spent hundreds of millions of dollars to give you the middle finger.
Seriously.
And to top off the night, LGBTQ news. Apparently, Ubisoft has acknowledged that June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. No mention of Pride so far. Now, this is actually smoke and mirrors, by the way. And I brought this up just to remind everybody that Ubisoft doesn't ever actually really care about you.
No, they don't.
Or any of these corporations. Because as much as they might be acknowledging, men's mental health and everything, they found out that behind the scenes, Ubisoft is passing around a lot of Pride Month behind the scenes in the company. They're just not doing it openly because it's not currently politically popular. Because they don't care about you. If they really cared about Pride Month, they would do it openly. And if they really cared about Men's Health Month, they wouldn't be like, we're doing this tokenly, but behind the scenes, Pride Month, everybody. They don't care. It's just a cynical company ploy. None of these companies care about you. Stop pretending like they really care about the issues that matter to you, or they really care about the social issues of they're shitty companies. They don't care about you.
It has always bugged me that that back in like the 80s, 90s, everybody knew the companies were just out to make a buck, and then our current era, it's like the companies are saying, oh, no, we're actually interested in all this stuff. And it's like, no, actually, you're just interested in making a buck. That has always been your deal. Stop trying to gaslight us here.
Well, that's it for news dump. Let's not drag our feet. That's right. I know our music better than any of you people. Also, I can hear it. You can't hear it.
Yeah.
Yep.
What stupid thing are we discussing, Jason?
We are discussing a hobo who is Amish and also made of stone,
Oh my gosh.
who is
already over it.
Is Amish.
Name's Jedediah. How can I help you?
He'll raise a barn,
And
but he can't live in it.
Yep. And he is facing off against E.T., who is armed with a freeze ray, but E.T. also happens to be a hoarder.
He's also
I have too
diabetic.
much stuff. Does that mean he may not be able to find his freeze ray?
That's entirely possible.
He also has the diabetes.
Well, Reese's Pieces fixed him right up.
You know how you cure diabetes?
Freeze ray?
You beat your wife.
Oh.
According to
The
Wilford
cure-all.
Brimley. In order to cure your
Said it.
diabetes, you gotta beat your wife.
Listen, you heard it here first, folks. Wilford Brimley absolutely said. I mean, you can find this.
Endorses
He
wife
said-
beating.
Yeah, he endorses beating your family to fix your diabetes.
Silver,
So-
what was it you did? What was it you cure if you beat your children? I can't remember what we came up with.
Oh, I want to say it was autism, but I don't remember.
Just beat it out of them. If they got the tisms, you punch them
Maybe it
square.
was like depression or something. I really don't remember. There's many things. You punch whoever to kill.
No, I
someone.
threatened to
Or
punch
cure
you over
something.
something today.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it was.
I don't know either.
It happens frequently. Violence is part of this family.
Yes,
Deeply ingrained.
it's like Highlander with us. There can only be one.
There can only be one.
There can
It's
be
a
no
Highlander
wrong.
amongst the cousins.
You know how
You know-
it is.
I
my
will be
my
the
money's
guy
on
without a
Vet
good-
in that situation.
Yeah. I think I'm going to dominate this fight. As long as I start taking them out, like, I go for the bigger threats first, and then I gain their powers.
Oh, I see. So the cousins we've lost along the way, they're now fused with you, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I kill them
Absolutely.
and then chop their heads off, that's how I get their powers.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I'm waiting for
What,
you
net
because
zero?
your power is anxiety.
I have the power of fear on my side.
I'll save you till the end. I don't need that negative.
Okay,
on me.
thank you. At least I make it that far up in the ranking.
Gotta go for your brother, though.
Just take him out first.
No.
The house will be roomier.
There we go. Just a swift chop to the neck. You got him.
So, Hobo's made of stone.
Yeah.
Can he move? Can the...
Yes, he can move.
Okay, well, I vote for Hobo.
Yeah, E.T.'s getting his little neck broken. I'm telling you that right now. It's gonna snap right in two.
The
Got the diabetes.
apparently Chat GPT agrees with you guys.
Oh.
How do you freeze
Yeah.
stone?
Well,
Sure.
it would freeze, but it wouldn't necessarily affect it.
You know what?
Say,
How is
Way-
being
way
Amish
darn
the
me.
negative stat in this Hobo?
well, he can't use electricity.
You can't
so-
use technology.
And the
can't
hobos
use the
love
He
freeze
using
doesn't
ray.
need a technology. He's made of stone and he's homeless.
But he may be afraid of ET's freeze ray because it's technology. I don't know.
So
Amish aren't
wait a
afraid of
minute.
technology. They don't scream when they see cars on the road.
So I have to ask something here, though, with the freeze ray.
Uh-huh.
This guy's made of stone. So, does that just mean like he has little, cracks all over his body because it's freaking stone? Wouldn't he get frozen and then the ice expands, the
But it
water
doesn't-
in those cracks. And he
It
just-
implies technological freezing, not ice freezing.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just freezing the stone. It's just
It's like a stun.
without water.
That's right.
Just say without like heating back up, it's not going to do anything to him.
You know what I'm afraid of? A man who lives on the rails.
Well, okay, so ChatGPT said that because he's made of stone, he's tanky and highly durable, immune to blunt trauma, possibly fire. Hobo, unpredictable, likes to fight dirty, knows how to survive.
Darn right.
Amish, no tech, absolutely no freeze rays, drones, or flying bikes, just old school. Combat style, likely uses farming tools, blunt force, and moral conviction.
Moral conviction.
What?
ET says classic ET powers, telekinesis, healing, stretchy neck. Apparently that's one of ET's powers. Also emotional manipulation. So freeze ray, very powerful if aimed correctly. Immobilizes targets. Hoarder has massive pile of random stuff. Combat style, ranged, sneaky, uses junk to distract and create chaos. But it does come down to the Hobo's near invulnerability against ET's superior range and weird alien tools. So,
Um,
then it asks me if I would like to turn this into an epic folk ballad.
no.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Some of the questions that you get from ChatGPT sometimes, but then I am posing the question: who would win in a fight, this stone hobo or ET with freeze ray? So
The
I should
hoarding is
be,
kind of a negative with ET. He's got a bunch of just crap around him he can't let go of.
Yep. So we've got 2. I'm on the side with the hobo. 3. What side are you on, Silver? Just so we know.
Amish man has street cred.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
He
Because
is
he's
the
living on the
street.
street.
And he's Amish.
Okay,
He can raise
he
a
moves
bar.
on. We are through with round 1. We are now on to round 2, and we will have the pirate riding a hoverboard face off against the evil doll with the rocket launcher next.
Screams names of
Wonderful.
attacks before using them. Rides hoverboard.
It's just over and over. Rocket launcher. Rocket launcher. Rocket launcher.
Oh. Well, everybody,
Rocket launcher.
I so appreciate you returning for this slight vacation as I try and lift heavy things and injure myself in the process. It's been a special time with this podcast as I put my sweater on and remind you that we are neighbors. It's time to say goodbye.
Oh, okay.
What's the problem, Ross?
Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen.
You know the Austrians don't like that movie.
Well, their loss.
They're like, well, technically that's not how it happened. It's like, well, they also fled to America, so they're ours now.
Haha.
Well, anything to leave us with before we run out of here? As I'm putting my shoes on and covering up my tattoos because I served as in the special forces.
Humans
Captain
develop
Kangaroo.
anus first.
Shut
Have a
up,
good day.
Silver. Shut up. Shut up about the anus.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the aliens that are obsessed with those.
She keeps
Just
doing
sharing
this.
a tidbit of information.
She keeps dropping this bit of information because it haunts everybody she shares it with. Did you know
It made you so upset.
that
You're like,
humans,
oh,
when they
gosh.
develop in the womb, they develop anus first, which is actually uncommon for most
good.
species,
Yeah.
which is now the oldest part of our body. The
Yeah.
anus.
Have fun with that info.
Just live with that.
Yeah.
Good Lord, Sylvia.
Hope you're happy.
I'm not happy.
Good.
Did you?
Oh,
Maybe that's why pooping is a problem for your birthday, because your anus reaches its birthday earlier than the rest of you.
Oh gosh, it's my birthday. Call a doctor.
It's my butt birthday.
but
Happy butt birthday.
Really, that should start like 9 months previous to your birthday. It's the first thing.
Well, since we've opened this
So-
can of worms, did you ever reflect on the self that since the mouth and the anus are both orifices, that your mouth is simply a very skilled at articulating itself to shape noises and sounds? I wonder if we
That
could
your
train
butt
the
just
other
can't
end to produce. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, I mean, come on. We all know there's more than one sphincter in the human body.
There's an evolved human that can speak out its butt, that have spent its time training the small muscles.
I
They're
don't
called
know if that could be
politicians.
true. Oh,
You see the future, Ross? You're telling me you're a time traveler now? What absurdity.
A lot of
absurdity.
organs are going to have to move for that to work. That's all I'm saying.
You don't think we
I've
can
developed-
evolve to develop voice boxes?
Yeah, anus, voice boxes, and epiglottises. Awesome. Why? Hopefully an anus tongue doesn't develop too. That's going to be a real bummer.
Oh
You can
gosh.
taste stuff with your butt.
A secret language.
It's just Ace
And a secret
Ventura
taste.
doing the ventriloquism through his butt.
I would like to ask you a question.
Oh, mamma mia. Just, start training. I appreciate you guys joining us on this special podcast.
Oh, it's very special.
Something, get out of here!
If you like the show, follow Rhett, Jason, Ross, and Silver, the world's most lethally stupid internet personalities, on Twitter at DGPodcast or on Instagram at DistractedGamers. If you liked or hated what you heard here today, you can email them at thedistractedgamers@gmail.com and share your feelings. Not that Jason would care, since he hasn't any, of course.
Oh my God, it's so juicy.